What's going on, guys? Tony Ivanov here with another video lesson, and today I'm going to talk about the 6 or 7 stocks that ran on the stock market today. Now, I do want to note that because it is Columbus Day today, the Federal Reserve was closed, so that means that there was no way to transfer funds to and from accounts, and the funds were not being settled. So if you had a cash account and you placed a trade on Thursday, usually it would settle in 2 days, but because of Columbus Day and the reserve being closed, no funds got settled today. So that means that just in general, you can just like imagine that there was less volume in the markets. So that was one reason why there was less volume in the markets. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up just so you guys understand. So you, what I'm basically trying to say is that you always want to have a grasp of the overall market. I like to say this a bunch because 3 out of 4 stocks follow the overall market. So it's really important, to know these type of things. If you were on E-Trade, they had a message whenever you logged in. It said that, hey, by the way, the Federal Reserve will be closed on Monday, so there will be less volume and liquidity. So just wanted to bring that up real fast. But let's just jump right into this. If you are new to my channel, thank you for watching. If you find value in this, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe, because I do release video lessons every single day, even on weekends too. I did mess up this weekend on Saturday. I had a family emergency, but basically every single day I release a video lesson on penny stocks. So yeah, it's a really, really good resource. It's completely free. You can check out my library right now. I have over 60 videos. So yeah, if you are new, I just want to break down my screen here for you. On the left side is E-Trade Pro. Where's my mouse? This is E-Trade Pro, and the right side is Equity Feed. So I use Equity Feed all the time now. I use it every single day to find the stocks to trade. So if you want to try Equity Feed, there's a link down below for a free 2-week trial. No credit card needed whatsoever. I will be releasing a new video of how to use Equity Feed, how to use the news streamer, the filter builder, and the stock alerter. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably be releasing that this week. So let's just jump right into this. So one of the top gainers today that had very nice volume and liquidity, you can see here, is CLNT. Now this one did run 118%, but you can see there was only 135 trades the whole day, and there was only $66,000 of volume traded. Now this is the NASDAQ, so you have to put it in perspective. CLNT ran 104%, but it had 69,000 trades and over $117 million in volume. So you can tell right off the bat that, okay, I'm not sure where that first one went, but it just disappeared. But okay, we don't need it anyways. But yeah, you can see CLNT was a very, very liquid stock, and you can see here it had news. So that's a very good sign right off the bat. Now let's just break down what this news release was and why it caused this stock to run so much. So I have it right here. Cleantech Solutions International enters into agreement with Inspirant Studio regarding potential acquisition. So you can see already there's some very nice keywords. I talk about these keywords in my upcoming course. If you're interested, leave a comment down below. Should be coming out by the 15th, just so a heads up. But you can see there's some very, very nice positive keywords. Agreement, enters into agreement, acquisition. Basically, those are the 2 main keywords in this. Let me just keep looking through. And then just some nice revenue numbers. Let me move my face here, just so we can read this whole thing. About Cleantech Solutions. No, not that one. According to iMedia Research, the number of users that participate in the peer-to-peer market in China has grown from 124 million to 231 million, and experts expect it to grow to 353 million by 2018. Approximately 1.4 billion transactions were recorded in the first quarter of 2017. So you can see that's very, very positive. Is giving the idea that this acquisition that they're doing, it's in a growing market, so there's even more revenue to be made. So keep that in mind. This is a very good example of a positive press release, and you can see why it's positive. Just look at the price action. That's all you really need. You can see today, like I said, it went up 104%. It gapped up. Let's look at this daily chart. Let me bring my face back over here so you guys can see me. So you can see pre-market, it was already spiking up huge. Let's just work this down over here. So you can see pre-market, we set a high of day at around $5.10, and we broke through that level in pre-market, and we had a run starting right away. We had a secondary top at $6.20, so we just make a line right there. Some things to note with this chart, just to show that it's a bullish chart. You can see it just continuously makes higher lows. So you can see we had a dip down here to around $1, or not $1, sorry, $5.50, nice round mental number. And then right at the market open, we had the secondary dip that was higher. It was a higher low. It was at $5.72. So the first thing you can do right off the bat is just draw this trend line to connect these two dips. And this is your overall support for this move. And you can see it's turning it into basically a wedge. So we have a flat top right here that has the resistance of the high of day in the pre-market, and then this line is being made by these two dips. So what you see here is it's making it go into a wedge, and it's forcing it very tight. And what this basically does is that it gives traders two options. You can either buy it when it breaks this this high of day at $6.20, or you can have your risk level at this support. So if it breaks below $5.76, then you can cut your losses. However, whenever you have a higher low situation like this, it's usually a better bet if you have your risk set on the lower dip, because even if this level does break down, we could see a double bottom off of this level of $5.43, and it will continue on up. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, you can see in the morning we had a very, very big rush of volume. In just 1 minute there was 342,000 shares traded, and we broke out, and we just continued on up. Eventually we saw a high of around $8.20. You can see at the same time when it starts to flatline and go down, the volume is decreasing, and also the stochastics are dropping. So that's how you can signify where the top is, and you can sell your shares. Also, what you could use in a run like this is the 10 simple moving average. You can see this red line right here. This is a 10 simple moving average, and simply when the price starts to cross below that moving average, that means it's losing strength, and you could use that, to signify when to sell. And then you can see we just made lower highs, so that's very bearish. Made lower highs again, double topped, and we just kind of we made another wedge here actually. So let me just draw this out. Another little wedge right there and right there, with a nice Bollinger Band squeeze right here. You're also on this previous support from last time's run. All in this area, you can see it's getting squeezed very, very tight. Bollinger Band just squeezing, and it just pops up on volume. Very important. Whenever you have a breakout, you need volume. If there's no volume, it will be a fake out, and you will get stuck with the shares. But you can see we did not retest the high of day. We double topped at this level at $7.82. So we confirmed the resistance, and it just fell back on down. And then rest of the day had no volume, cracked down, had some bounces, but overall it was dead. So there's CLNT. Next up is CLSN. You can see this one ran around 12%, not nearly as much, but had a lot of volume behind it. Now this one was purely a play based on technical analysis. There was no news release. Now these plays, this is one of the plays where you do not use your full position size. You only use your full position size on the plays that you almost are guaranteed a winner, like CLNT. If you buy the breakout of a news and it's a low flow, 1 million flow, it's almost guaranteed that you will profit on that trade. Whereas CLSN, yeah, it's still a low float, 2.29 million shares as a float, but there's no news, so it's not guaranteed as a win. So if you don't have news, don't use your full position size unless it's a play that you're really confident that you will profit. Why can I not zoom out? Goodness, what is going on here? I typed the wrong one. There we go. Jeez. Okay. So CLSN, this is one of my favorite patterns in this market right now. It's a U-shaped breakout. Now this little perk up right here, I wouldn't count this as a pre-market high of day, just because it was on such low volume, and all around this point it was very, very choppy. What I would use as my U-shaped breakout is, let's see what the previous close is. You could use the previous close, but it'd be better to just use the high of that morning. So you can see that is this level right here at $3.45. So you can see we dip down, make some higher lows and higher lows. So what you can do to signify when it's curling back over, draw a descending trend line, and once that trend line is broken, you could either buy it there, you could buy it on this very nice 1060 moving average cross right here, or you could wait until the actual buyers come in at the breakout of the high of day. You can see right at that level, very large influx in volume, and we shot up from 345 up to around 375, topped out right there. So let me just draw a horizontal trend line right there, topped out right there, dipped back down, but we held support right here, bounced off the 10 moving average, came right back up, broke out, and we continued on up to around $4.10. So that's a very, very nice run. And then afterwards just fell on its face. You can see very large decrease in volume after this spike. That signifies the backside of the move. And then we just got some bounces and dips, but you don't want to play this side. All of the money, especially on the NASDAQs, the most money is made in the first around 2 hours of the market open. Everything else, there is opportunities, but it's much harder to guess. There's a lot less volume, and you just have a larger chance of being wrong. On these morning spikes, they're very predictable. They all follow the same pattern. It breaks out of the high of day, and there's a large raise in volume. You get in right before that, and you can sell when you have these different indicators, when it crosses below the 10 moving average, when the stochastics start to drop down, when it makes lower highs, and when it crosses below, I think I already said that, when it crosses below the 10 moving average. All these different indicators that show signs of weakness, you could just take your profits right there, and you can make a very nice gain in the first hour or so of the stock market. And that's really how you can be a great day trader, is if you're able to make all of your money in the first hour or so of a stock market, you have the rest of the day free to do whatever you wish. You could do some other business ventures, or just take the day off, spend time with your friends and family, and just enjoy life. So that's a really awesome thing about trading stocks, is that you don't have to be sitting all day. People think, oh, you day trade, you're on the market for 8 hours a day, like how can you sustain that? But no, when you're playing penny stocks, the most volatility is in the first hour and the last hour. But I usually don't trade the last hour because I just really haven't found much success in doing the last hour. So yeah, just another thought for you guys. Next up is BSPM. I'm gonna have to cut this video short. I talk so much. I never really expect these videos to be so long, but I try to make them as short as possible, but there's just so many stocks to talk about. so many patterns to talk about and so many strategies to talk about. BSPM is another one where it's just a very, very classic, easy play to play. Easy play to play. So BSPM had no news, but it has 2.2 million float, had $6 million in volume, so very, very, very liquid. You can see we had a nice morning pop from around 155 to 180. So when you see that first pop, just right away draw a horizontal trend line. Second, we look for the support. So you see the first dip is down here at $1.62, and we continue to make higher lows. So you could be a little bit more risky and buy when you see these higher lows if you want to be very, very early. But if you're just starting out and you're not very consistent, it's best bet just to wait until the volume comes in, because then you're guaranteed to be moving with the mob, moving with the wave. So you can see we just continually made higher lows. Draw a trend line right there to signify that, and you can see we squeezed into that wedge like I said before. Once we broke out of that high of day, you can see a large influx in volume, and we just had a very nice run up. This is a previous resistance from a play probably 6 months ago. See, this is why I said in like last week, whenever you're watching these plays, even if you're not watching mainly to trade it that day, it's good to draw out the trend lines, because more often than not, those support and resistance levels will hold up later on. So you can see this was previous resistance, $2.10, and it held up on the dot today. So it's a very good thing to know. We dipped back down, tested this 10 simple moving average, bounced off of it, and we just broke out again. Nice little U-shape. We broke out once again, ran up to $2.54, and then you can see a very large selling volume, and then after that it just kind of fell on its face. So that's when you can signify the downtrend. And also on the way down, the way you can tell if it's either going to bounce up and retest high of the day, or it's going to keep cracking down, is by using divergences. Now this is one of my best kept secrets that I don't really give away that much. You will not hear me talking about this a lot, but I do use it a lot. Right here there's a very nice divergence. You can see the price made a higher low, however the stochastics made a lower high, so that's a bearish divergence. If the price makes a higher low but the stochastics is showing that there's a decrease in momentum, it'll likely crack down, and that's exactly what happened here. So keep that in mind. And then we just kind of traded sideways all day, not interested in it over here. Next up, NEOT. NEOT did not have a press release, but you can see it's a 5 million share float. NEOT, same thing. We just had a very, very nice U-shaped breakout. These morning specs are very, very predictable. So you can see the previous close. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, still live? Yeah. Why is it doing this to me? I just want you to scoot, zoom in on the morning so I can show you guys the morning. Why is it not working? Okay, here we go. We're almost there, almost there. Okay, cool. So this one is a little bit of a more illiquid play. So in the morning, you can see it's pretty choppy, but you can't not ignore that we were holding right at the previous close. We perked up. So right here, you can make a little high of day horizontal resistance at around 47 cents. Dipped back down, retested that previous close, and right here you can see a very large increase in volume, and that just made it shoot up from around 47 cents, broke the high of day, 46 cents, broke the high of day at 47 cents, ran all the way up to almost 55 cents. So that's a very, very nice move. Then we dipped back down, made a higher low, came back up, made a lower high. So right there you can see there's a little wedge forming. So this is actually an ABCD pattern. Now, I haven't talked about this before on my channel, but it's a very, very good thing to learn. So basically an ABCD pattern, what it is there's 4 different marks on the chart. So this very large spike and this high of day, this is mark A. And then this dip, you write this as B. So you have A, the morning spike, the top of the morning spike, and then you have B, the first dip. And then we see a higher low, or no, we see a bounce, but it's a lower high. But then we see it dip back down and make a higher low. So that's point C. And then point D is the break of A. So you can buy in at really B, C, or D. The best risk reward is if you buy at C, just because if you buy it at B, you don't know for sure that it's gonna have momentum to move up. But when you see this higher low, that's your signal of momentum, and everyone else's same signal of momentum. So more people are going to be buying here than they will here, so keep that in mind. And then you can see we kind of rode this level, dipped back down again, made another higher low right on that trend line, and then we just perked on up. Large influx in volume, and then it's back up to around 62 cents, came back down, made another higher low that is actually on that same trend line. Let's just connect all of those there. So this is why it's very important to draw your trend lines. And then once again, we had a very nice kind of U-shaped breakout, but it's a little bit more choppy. And then we just kind of were very choppy the rest of the day. This type of price action is pretty hard to you know, react to, just because it's so choppy. But end of day, you can see we had a very nice perk up, a very nice spike, held right against this previous resistance at 62 cents, made higher lows into that, very nice wedge forming right there. You can see higher lows and a flat top, and then end of day we broke out. So watch this tomorrow, because it may have a continued move, although there's no news with this play, so keep that in mind. Last one I'm going to cover is SANP, because this is one that ran very, very nicely. This is an OTC, so let's take out this NASDAQ scanner and bring up the OTC scanner. Can we see that on my, let's see, right there. Okay, cool. So this is ranked by percent change, and you can see SANP had $1.5 million in volume and 1,500 shares traded. So that's a very, very liquid stock. Everything else, not that liquid. Now SANP, I did alert this on Friday that it was had a very nice chart. So let's switch to our OTC mindset. Whenever we're watching these OTC stocks, it's always best to look at the 30-minute and use the 50 moving average to see where support is. So you can see this stock is a very, very classic stair-stepping pattern. So you can see it spikes up, dips back down, makes a higher low, does a U-shaped breakout, spikes up, makes a dip, higher low, U-shaped breakout, spikes up, dips, make a higher low, and then U-shaped breakouts again. Now this one is getting a little bit overextended, and the ideal situation, in my opinion, would to have it retest to this 60 moving average, because once it does that, it can reconfirm that it's being held up by very strong support, and that'd be a very good dip buy entry. So there's SANP. Keep this on watch. They have a letter of intent to merge with a Bitcoin farming company. It's one of the largest in China. I think they operate with around $2 billion in assets. So that's a very, very good hype play. So this will definitely most likely keep going up in the weeks to come, just because the last big play, AZFL, is largely dead. So people want to flock towards something new. So keep SANP on your watch list, and keep it on watch. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video lesson. If you stuck around through this whole video, send me a DM with the word banana. This will only be available before October 15th. So if you're watching this after October 15th, I cannot offer this to you anymore, but you can still DM me and I'll hook you up with some special pricing. So anyways, if you stuck around through this whole video, leave a comment down below saying bananas, and also DM me saying bananas as well, because if you do so, then I will give you discounted pricing on my upcoming course. I want to thank everyone for supporting me this far, so I'm gonna return the favor and give you guys amazing deals on this upcoming course. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm doing this just for a money grab. I'm not at all. The course is simply for people who want to have a one-to-one mentorship on learning the stock market. You can still learn a bunch of the information that I teach in the course on my videos. It'll just take you a lot longer. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and saw value in it, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, leave comments down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.